Hi everyone, my name is Christy and welcome to my Trying a New Makeup Product Everyday series. Today I have this NUDESTIX Tinted Cover Foundation to try out, and I got this in my May 2022 Ipsy Glam Bag X, which that unboxing is up here on YouTube if you haven't seen it yet. And that's a fun box because it's the biggest, most expensive box that you can get at Ipsy, and it only comes 4 times a year. I got this in the shade Nude 1, which is the lightest shade that this comes in, but this has some pretty good ratings. When I was looking this up online, it retails for $36, and I love how this sounds, especially for the summertime, because it's supposed to give a lightweight foundation that looks and feels like your normal skin, but better, with a hint of color, and it gives dewiness. I really have been leaning more towards a tinted moisturizer foundation type product lately because I just really want it to look like my skin, but I still want to even out my skin tone. You can see I have a lot of redness and my skin is dry in some places, but then it gets a little bit more greasy in other places. So having the moisture is important to me as well. And I love a dewy finish. And this has so many nourishing ingredients in it. So I think it sounds like exactly what I would want for my skin right now. And it sounds really easy to apply because it says to just apply it with your fingers. So I'm just gonna go right for it. The packaging is nice how it has the pump still. And I'm just gonna take a little bit onto my finger. I'm just gonna start out applying it to half of my face, so that we can compare how it looks. It smells a little bit like sunscreen, but one of the main skincare benefits that this does not have is sunscreen or SPF. So I wish it did. That would make it even better because I love when my foundation has SPF. But yeah, I wouldn't necessarily say this is fragrance free. But it's like a thin lotion texture that does blend out easily with my finger. This shade could potentially be a little bit too light for me, but I think I can make it work. Not as light tint of coverage as I was expecting. Like, this actually does make a difference. You can see with it versus without it, because sometimes if something claims to just be like a tint, it can barely do anything. At least this does have enough pigment to it to actually make a difference. And it does look really pretty. So my skin right now, I was saying it's combination, but it's also getting over a reaction to retinol. So my skin is really dry in some places still, but then on my forehead, my skin is not dry. It's more, I guess, normal. And this half has the foundation on it. This one doesn't. This side looks just smoothed over. It has a little bit of a filter effect, and it looks completely natural, undetectable. But then here, where I still have a little bit of dry skin, it's emphasizing that texture. So that's something I'm gonna have to keep in mind because I love how it looks on my skin where I don't have that texture, but I don't like how it looks where it's clinging to dry patches and emphasizing that. But it's super lightweight, very easy to throw on. And so I'm hoping as my skin continues to heal and the dry areas go away, that this could look perfect all over. But so on the other side, I'm gonna just for the fun of it go in with my favorite foundation brush and just see if this makes any difference in how to apply it, because I would prefer to apply it with this brush rather than my finger. Ooh, yeah, and that's working great. It's still giving just as much coverage, but I feel like I can be a little bit quicker if I can blend it out with the brush. And this actually looks really good blended out with the brush. I'm getting less of the dry texture peeking through. Yeah, it's just giving a much smoother finish with the brush. And still just one pump is all it really takes to do half of the face. Ooh. Even though all of the instructions said to apply with your finger, I prefer the brush method. So I recommend trying out different techniques because this was so much faster, smoother, and I'm getting more coverage on this side. Wow, like that looks awesome. Maybe I'll go in with just a little bit more, see how it builds up. Like maybe if I can go over with the brush on this side where I have the dry patches, see if it can smooth it out. It does help to smooth that over a little bit. And I wouldn't really say that it's much more buildable in coverage though. But yeah, oh my gosh, it looks so much smoother now that I applied it with the brush. So glad I tried that out. But it's definitely just a light coverage. Helps to even out the skin tone, but like redness is still gonna peek through. For any blemishes, I would just go over with concealer. But I really like how natural this is looking. I would say the finish is surprisingly more matte than I was expecting because this claimed to give a dewy finish, but any of that glow that I kind of had on my skin beforehand looks mattified now. It's not a drying matte, but I would not describe this as glowy. But I really do like the way that this helped to even out my skin tone in still a very natural looking, lightweight way. Yeah, this might be one of my favorite NUDESTIX products I've ever tried. I'm so glad that this lives up to the hype and the ratings because I wasn't sure. And now that I've blended this out a little bit down my neck too, this shade can work for me. I'm going to continue wearing this for the rest of the day and we'll see how it wears. We'll see if where my skin is dry, it gets extra dry and textured, or maybe it'll get more greasy or dewy and glowy as the day goes on. I would love that. But even if it just stays how it looks now, that would be great as well because I'm really happy with the finished look. I really think this is going to be a great spring, summer, warm weather type of product. So definitely if you've tried this out, let me know your thoughts on it in the comments down below. And thank you so much for watching my video today. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel so you can see the makeup that I try every day. And I will see you tomorrow in my next video.